Me either, because he was on a roll. All right. Welcome to Inspire Synergy. I'm your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump, and I now am allowed to say Jake Voskuhl, UConn men's basketball legend. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large and small. They will save you money or give you a big fat return. To connect with them and get a free quote, go to their website, www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you suffered any type of personal injury, a slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all over the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, if you're in a pinch, call Finch. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He also has an athletic development program. He trains boys and girls from the ground up in the sport of their choice, helps them to be the best they can be, reach their full potential. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. Down south, to work with Andre, go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. I said it right. Down south, we have Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. They're in Decatur, Georgia. They train offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments all across the nation. They also go to college showcase camps. Proud to say every camp they attended, a member of the Trench Mob was offered a full scholarship. Julius has sent kids to Florida State, Miami, Tennessee, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. If you're a lineman, you want to work with the best, go to www.battleofthetrenches.com. And now we can start. We have Inspire Synergy from the House of Changes, Mr. Razul Wallace. It's great to see you.
Thanks, Cully. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Jah, great to see you, sir.
Hey, Cully. Thanks for having me.
Marcus, so happy you could make it on. Marcus is the house manager of the House of Changes. And we have special guest, Mr. Robb Hill, joining us. R. Hill Enterprises, Inc. in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois. And we're happy to have him on, and he is going to share his story and imply a little wisdom on us. We've been talking about the house for a while, and I know there's been a lot going on there. Marcus, I just wanted to ask, have there been any new additions? Have you been able to fill any beds as of late?
Well, as we would have it, we just filled 3 vacancies.
That's great.
10 days ago. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So we have 3 new residents.
Are you up to, is it 7 or 8 now?
7.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. That's great. Good.
And we've got some buffering issues
we do?
going on, brother.
Okay. That's no problem. I'll get it fixed up. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you were able to get the beds filled because I put it on the website. I've been trying to push it that you had some vacancies and everything. And I see what he's talking about. Okay, let me try. I'll try that. See if it comes through. My internet? No, it shouldn't be my internet.
So are we back now?
Yeah, we should be okay. Let me try this. Okay. So Rob, I was telling you, they were trying to get some of the beds filled, and I'm glad that they were able to.
We got some issues going on, brother.
Can you hear me okay?
I'm hearing you good. It might be your internet, Rob, because I think everyone else is not freezing. I think you might be the only one that seems to be
Having an issue.
Yeah.
Maybe try your phone, Rob, and go from the phone.
Yeah, if it's a problem, I can have you use your phone. Let me text it to you just in case. If you're not
Your issue.
Yeah, it could be. Let me just text you the link because you can join from.
We got some issues going on, brother.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna text you the link to see if it's any better. You can join from your phone.
Well, I'm here, but I'm good. I'm good right now.
Oh, you're okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Okay.
So you've got them in the last 10 days, and Razul, everything's been pretty good. You haven't had any problems with the guys?
so far.
No,
So
everyone is making a quick adjustment, and things are going well.
Right. So Rob was talking about his story in 32 years, 7 days, I think, or 2 days. Is that what you said, Rob?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I said 2 days.
2 days.
2 weeks.
That's right. 2 weeks.
7 months and 32 years. The reason why I keep track of that is because I am so thankful and grateful to be where I'm at right now. I mean, and if it hadn't been for me walking away from that dumbness, I wouldn't be here. Right? Because I was on a fast lane to nowhere.
Yeah, I've been there too.
I was moving real fast, man, and I just want to just share with you some key principles. Okay, look, think about this. Reading develops the powers of concentration and creative thinking. Okay, the loss of the habit of reading is a gain in the realm of ignorance, and I'm not talking about reading Godfather 15. You hear me? I'm not talking about Jaws 22 or nothing like that. I'm talking about you got to read something with some meat on the bones.
And Rob has a book as well that you guys got to get.
I'm talking about the basic text. All right. When I read that basic text, like I said, I read the basic text in one night, cover to cover, because I had to have it. Something was wrong, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I was like a blind man in a dark room looking for a black cat that ain't there. You hear me? That's where I was at. Toe up from the floor, brother. All right. And so I heard an analogy, man. This traveling salesman was in his car, right? And he was driving down this road, and his car stopped on him. And he saw this house up on the hill. And there was a guy sitting on the rocking chair at the house. And so he walked over there to him. The guy was sitting there just rocking back and forth, relaxing, had his hound dog sitting next to him. And the guy said, hey, man, he started talking to him. And then all of a sudden, the hound dog raised his head and said, then put his head back down, right? Guy thought that was kind of perplexing, but he didn't say nothing. So they kept on talking. All of a sudden, the dog raised his head up and said, the guy looked at the old farmer. He said, man, what's wrong with your dog? He said, oh, Homer? Oh, ain't nothing wrong with him. He's just laying on a nail. He said, why don't he get off of it? He told him, it don't hurt bad enough for him to get off of it. All he want to do is whine about it.
Oh.
And that's where a lot of us find ourselves whining. What we got to do is get off the nail. Get off the nail.
That's a great analogy.
Get up off of it, So when I got into this program, I had to unlearn and relearn a lot of things. All right. Number one, I had to learn to listen to that small, still voice inside of me that says, you are somebody. You are somebody. And so then I had to figure out, well, how do I get from here to where it is I want to be? All right. You got to change the information you're running on. See? You got to know the answer to these 3 questions. All right. Who am I? Where am I? And what is required? All right. See, we all have talents and gifts we've been given. Now, how are we going to develop and do those things is because life is a journey of discovery. All right. You only going to find out what you're capable of until you reach for something you know you can't reach.
Right.
All right. And listen to this right here. This resonated with my soul when I picked this up. It says, have your thoughts wandered aimless like a boat upon the sea, without plan or purpose or a sense of destiny? If so, this mental drifting is the reason that you stalled and remain far and distant from the port to which you're called. Success for you has signaled with a passageway designed, but its shore will not be found until you fix it in your mind. As the mariner his map, your thoughts will be your chart. If success shall be your end, then this must be your start. Set your gaze and lock it on the life that you seek. Visualize achievement. Its fulfillment start to speak. For it is only when your focus is made sharp as the glass will the goals that you set be made clear and come to pass. So from here, set a new course with your drifting left behind. The life that you desire, serious picture in your mind. For as you look ahead, know this of destiny. As you think within your heart, so shall it one day be. All right. That resonated with me. I did not write that. Stevenson Willis wrote that. Okay. And now what I want you to pay strict attention to is what it says in the end. It says, as you think within your heart, not in your head, in your heart. As you think within your heart, so shall it one day be. All right. So see, what we got to do is we got to divorce the head from the heart. All right. Because your mind will stop you. Okay. Your mind will stop you because based on the information that I have been putting into my mind, it told me I couldn't do it. And I got a program called Get Your Butt Out the Way.
That's great.
All right. Listen to me.
It's true.
You get these good ideas, man, and it puts a smile on your face, and all of a sudden the butt comes up. Yeah, but you ain't educated enough. Yeah, but you too old. You too young. You too this. You too that. All these kinds of things come up. How do you negate the butt? Go ahead and do it anyway. Go ahead and do it anyway. All right. You got possibilities you don't even know you have until you do something you know you can't do. Like you guys, you got this house. Okay. What is the purpose of this house? Okay. And that's for you got to sit down, you got to answer this. And when you answer this question, sit down with a sheet of paper in front of you, because a short pencil is better than a long memory. And it says this in one of my favorite books, in Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write the vision, make it plain upon the tables that he who reads it may run. All right. So you got this house, and you guys, you want to help people to help themselves.
It's a beautiful house, yes.
Yeah, but you can't help somebody. I mean, you can't feed somebody who ain't hungry. Right? They gotta want it more than you want to give it to them.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
With Mark,
they gotta want it.
Yeah.
You know, see, the proof of desire is pursuit. Okay.
Absolutely.
You want to prove to me that you want to do whatever it is you want to do, then you're gonna be pursuing that thing. Just like you pursued that woman. Just like you pursue that job, just like you pursue everything else. You're gonna have to pursue recovery. And recovery, like I said, recovery is hard, is like beauty. It's hard to describe, but you know it when you see it. See, I go to meetings still today. I was at a meeting last night.
32 years.
The same way that you learned all that bad information out there is the same way you can learn that bad information in here. All right. A lot of people don't realize that you can't mix good and bad together. Like I go to these meetings and these guys dropping all these F-bombs and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, well, where is that in the basic text? It says that we use language consistent with the program of recovery. Yeah. And when I came around, there was some NA Nazis around, right? They said, shut up. You ain't got nothing to say. You can't tell us nothing. You just got here. Shut up. And I shut up. And I listen.
And you listen.
And it says if you you take the text and you internalize it, man, it starts rearranging things. Like I was saying before, reading develops the powers of concentration and creative thinking. What happens is your mind goes through mental gymnastics. You go from, wow, I didn't know this, to, man, I can't believe that, to, could this really be true, to, perhaps this will work, right? And so what I did is I just used these principles, these steps, and these traditions in all my activity. I mean, these are the keys to the kingdom, my friend. And they can be traced back to the scriptures. Of course, that's why they call this a spiritual program, not a religious program. All right? Because spirit is the highest form. You got to work from the higher to the lower, not vice versa. And we all know that the drug industry, both the recovery part and all that, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry.
It sure is.
Okay? But see, recovery is something you can get for free. But you got to want it. Can't nobody do it for you. No. You got to want it. Like you open up the door to these guys in the house and you got the structure for them. If they don't follow the structure, then you know that they don't want it. All right. I spent 181 days in a halfway house. And I have not looked back. I got clean March 1st, 1993. All right. February 28th, 1993. Man, that was my last one. That was it. I was done. I've been here before. Yeah. I know where this is going. And so I had to change everything, man. I changed the music I listened to, the movies I watch, everything. I changed everything. Right? Now, I don't have time for people to sit up and pontificate to me about what recovery is and all this kind of stuff. You know? No. I know what recovery is. Recovery is moving towards that idea, that assignment that you have. See, we are all here. We're all put here to help one another. How are you going to help one another? See, the primary mission is to carry the message. And what is that message? That an addict, any addict, can lose the obsession to use and find a new way to live. And that's what I'm an example.
100%.
I'm an example. And that's what I express to people. You know, I get into these meetings all the time, man, and I hear people talking all this nonsense, and I tell them, I said, look, go back to the text. What does it say in the text? It says, clean time does not equal recovery. Right? Yeah.
Clean time for recovery.
Clean time does not equal recovery. You got a guy that talking about he been clean for 20 years and sitting up sound like he's still on the block. He sound like he's still hanging out with the wrong people. Where's the recovery in that?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have 20 years today and 20 minutes tomorrow. You know?
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to change everything because the same man will do the same things. All right? You opened up this house for these guys, man, if they are not working on themselves constantly, 24/7, they're just taking a break. That's all. They're just taking a break.
And Marcus, you do that with them. I mean, you spend the most time with them and you're trying to get them to work on themselves and you're trying to get them to find jobs and focus on careers. You have book club, Bible study. You're trying to do more activities. That was the one thing Razul mentioned. The guys weren't keen on doing activities together.
Yes. And listening to Robb, first and foremost, I have to say, Robb, you sound like me.
That's why I wanted you to come on. Yeah.
And I'm seriously, I'm taking everything in because some of these points that you've highlighted are very relatable. And I've relayed these points to these men as well as to my team about how to better serve the men in the house. And they have to want it.
Right. They have to want it. All right.
Yeah.
They got to know that they are so much more than what they have become. Okay. Pain is a great proof of that, but pain is not the enemy. Pain is just proof that an enemy exists. Okay? Whether it be the loss of everything and you just don't know which way is up and all this kind of good stuff right here, man, you got to pull your head out. See, my sponsor told me, he said, Rob, you bang your head against the wall hard enough, your ear's going to pop out.
Yeah.
Right? See, because in 12-step programs, they talk a lot about this thing called faith.
They do.
Right? And what is faith? See, a lot of people use faith and belief interchangeably, but they're two very different things. And see, belief is something you have. Faith is something you do. All right? See, like let's check this out. You pull up your car keys, right? And you believe that car will take you anywhere you want to go. And you can believe that, and that's a beautiful thing. That's the beginning. But until you take them keys to that car and put it in the ignition and start it up and let's go, it ain't going to take you nowhere. You can believe all you want, but until you have the faith to get in there and start it up and let's go, it ain't going to take you nowhere. And that's just like any vehicle. A 12-step program is a vehicle. All right. And if you don't set the destination, you're just going to end up on a sea of circumstance. So you got to decide what it is you want. Then you got to decide what you're willing to give up in order to get it. All right. This is where a lot of people miss the boat. The last sentence of step 1 says this, and I quote, "It is not where we've been, it's where we're going that counts." Okay.
Exactly.
So you got to, why am I going to give this stuff up? See, I didn't know this when I first got into the 12-step program, but my sponsor, it was pure genius. He told me to sit down, turn off everything with a blank sheet of paper in front of me and write down 10 things I want to do before I die. A bucket list, if you will. Okay.
Really?
It was before that movie ever came out and all this kind of stuff. Today, that list has 154 things on it. Okay. And every year I go back and I just start crossing stuff off, man. Wow, I did this, man. I did this. I did this. Wow. I did this. I mean, it's amazing because right now in New York Harbor, there is one of them Carnival cruise lines sitting there, right? It's going to the Bahamas. Do you know that for 99.9% of the trip, they cannot see the Bahamas? But the captain knows that if they do certain things every day, they'll get there. Now, that's just a metaphor. Your mind is your Carnival cruise line. You have got to set a destination.
Right.
You got to set a destination, or else you're like a ship without a rudder. You got to set a destination, and your mind will immediately go to work on getting you there. But then you got to give it something to work with. This is where the traditions and the steps come in. All right? See, because you have got to get rid of all those things that's not going to help you get there and take on different things that's going to help you get there. You're going to meet with some new people. You're going to do some different things. You're going to have some different thoughts. See, there ain't no way to control your thoughts except this one right here. You get a bad thought in your mind, don't voice it. Don't say it. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. You said, yeah. What you say, you will believe. I mean, what you say is what you hear. What you hear, you will believe. So start speaking to that greatness that's in you. This is what I would pass on to those guys in the house right now. They say, look, you didn't just end up here by accident, my brother. There is a calling on your life. And you got to discover what it is, because life is a journey of discovery. Right? Why don't the kindergartners play with the 6th graders? Right? See, life is lived on levels and arrived at in stages. And at every new level you come to, there is a stage you must go through. If you don't go through that stage, you get kicked back on the last level. And that is where you will remain. Okay? So this is all about growth, constant growth, upward mobility all the time. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. See, it's all about who you're listening to. Who are you listening to? right?
Right.
I start listening to that small, still voice inside of me that screams now. It screams now, boy, you're better than, just keep getting up, keep getting up, keep getting up. You know, I don't have problems. I have opportunities for improvement.
Right.
Right? I don't have no problems. See, where focus goes, energy flows. The only reason why you will fail at anything is because of broken focus. All right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You start looking at all the reasons why it ain't gonna work instead of looking at all the reasons why it will work. All right. Forget about what you can't do. Focus on what you can do. Right?
You sound like me.
Yeah.
I tend to use the language when someone asks me, "How are you doing?" I stole this from Les Brown. Better than good, better than most.
Mm-hmm. Well, me and Les Brown are cohorts. Okay. I got pictures of me and Les Brown, you know, as I mean, him and a whole lot of other people too. But you know, what we got to do is listen to this. The fastest way to failure is to listen to everybody. The second fastest way to failure is to listen to nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah. So see, we have got to be very selective about what we are choosing to allow into our lives. Right? And so we just got to keep getting up, keep getting up, keep getting up. We're not going to get down. Life was not meant to lift you up. Life will beat you down if you let it.
Sure will.
So we don't let it. We don't let it. You keep on. Those guys that you're fortunate enough to be in their lives, man, let them know, hey, look, it's up to you, brother. It's up to you. Can't nobody do it for you. It's up to you.
Let me ask a question, Rob.
Yes.
So everything you're hearing resonates with me also. But I think one of the biggest challenges we have is motivating. You know, one of the things that Cully said is a lot of the times we'll have a higher vision for these men than they'll have for themselves, which I've become, more aware of. And you're speaking to the fact, and this is something that Marcus and I talk about regularly, is we can't want it more for them than they want it for themselves.
Right.
So, but one of the things that we're constantly trying to understand or talk about is how to, if there's a way to increase that motivation, you know what I mean?
Well, see, first I would submit to you, number one, that you can't motivate nobody. You can only inspire them to be motivated. Right. Motivation comes from within, number one. Okay. Number two is pain is a great motivator. See, a person ain't going to change until it starts hurting. See, people only do things for one or two reasons: to experience pleasure, to avoid pain. So what I do is we uncover that pain. And how do you get to that, uncovering that pain? Okay, why? Then what? Okay, yeah, and then this, and then what you gonna do? And really, why do you think that? Really? Huh? And then what you gonna do? And then what you gonna do? See, they're gonna run out of answers. Yeah. Simply because they don't know what to do. They ended up right here in this spot right now for direction. And I wrote a little bit about direction too. And it goes, you must have a direction, a goal worthy to pursue. In seeking direction, you will find what to do on a daily basis to be better every day. It is not perfection we seek. It is growth along the way. The journey is long and you cannot cheat. It is sometimes bitter, other times it is sweet. As you forge ahead, the weary you may be, stay focused on your goal and not what you now see. Moment by moment and little by little, success and failure look the same in the middle. One day you'll look back and say with a smile, tough journey, my friend, but well worth the while. Okay. See, what we got to do is we got to inspire these people to want more than what they're getting.
And and a lot of them, like I said, Razul, I was in that same place. When you get sometimes to a halfway house, to a sober house, you don't have that confidence. You're insecure. So you don't believe that you can achieve some of those goals. And that's the one thing, you know, especially Marcus being there with them all the time and you guys doing activities with them, showing them that you guys have achieved success. Marcus has achieved tremendous success from where he's come from. His story.
So what I would suggest is explain to these gentlemen that if without a vision, the people perish. Okay, that's written. Okay, I didn't think that up, but without a vision, the people perish. You gotta be going somewhere. Like it says, the last sentence of step 1, it said, it's not where you've been, it's where you're going that counts. Okay, a lot of people get this confused, talking about we share our experience, strength, and hope, right? And then they want to tell you about where they've been.
Yeah,
you know, I don't do that.
No.
I'm talking about what has happened since I started implementing this program in my life. I can tell you about the Drunkalog and all of that, but that's not going to help you.
No.
So what's going to help you is to be able to see further down the road what can happen, what's possible.
So Rob, I want to jump the gun a little bit. Hopefully Marcus and Razul forgive me. We do a weekly meeting with the men, and would it be possible to have you virtually hop in on one of the meetings as like a motivational?
I think that would help them a lot, man. If they hear from him and they see success, they see someone who's been where they've been and has achieved so much. I mean,
Rob is
a minister and author.
Most definitely.
I'm ready to do great things.
It's not motivation, gentlemen. It's not motivation. This is inspiration.
Inspiration.
You cannot motivate anybody. They got to motivate themselves. What we do is we can inspire them
and it makes
to
us
be motivated.
Of the podcast, Inspire Synergy.
Yeah, Marcus, what would you say, like the morale at the house right now, especially with the 3 new guys that have come in? Is the morale pretty good? I mean, how are the guys feeling? Are they? Do you see them motivated or inspired and wanting to change and wanting to go out and do something different?
Some of the individuals are indeed very well engaged in the recovery community, and they do this daily. They practice this daily. Others, they're stable, meaning they go to work, they come home, they attend the required amount of meetings that we require. But just as Rob hinted out, sometimes some of these men are just taking a break.
They're not advancing.
They're not really in pursuit of any, like there's things you can do. There's always something to do that you could be doing.
Yeah.
But yet you're comfortable where you're at.
That's very
and it's
true.
really not, they don't foresee the storm that's approaching with that mindset.
See, you have got a very, very clear view of what's really going on with these gentlemen. Okay.
Well, yeah, he spends the most
what
time
I would submit to you, my brother, is get them to make that list of things they're gonna do before they die. All right. That will give them a destination. All right. And we know that success is not a destination, it's the journey. Okay. It's the journey. Like I've been walking this path, man, for 30 years, brother. And I'm telling you, I done been through all the ups and downs and all this kind of stuff, man. The job losses, car repossessions, man, getting evicted, all kinds of stuff done happened. And I did not use, okay? See, what I've learned, what my sponsor told me a long time ago, he said, look, learn the lesson, forget the details. He said, learn the lesson, forget the details, because what you are going through is just so that you can help that next person behind you get through it too. All right? So we just can't stop moving. You got to set a destination. Get them to sit down and write that list, 10 things you want to do before you die, no matter how crazy it sounds. Write it down. Write it down. And then what's going to happen is your mind is going to start hungering for information that's going to help it to get there. All right? And so then what you're going to do is you're going to start reading with what I call specific intent. Right? See, when I first started reading these books and all this kind of stuff, the first thing that happened to me was I got sleepy. Right? I mean, I'm reading this boring book. That's the wrong thing. See, your focus is off. One of my other mentors told me, he said, look, Rob, your focus is off. It's not that you're reading a boring book. You are changing your life. You are changing your life. That's what you got. That's the focus right there. I'm changing my life. I'm pulling all these gems of wisdom out of this thing to take me to the next level. And like I said earlier, look, life is lived on levels and arrived at in stages. The levels never end. See, the higher you go, the further you can see. The further you can see, the higher you can go. It's endless. It don't stop. I never thought I'd be a minister. I never thought I'd be speaking in front of senators and congressmen and all this kind of stuff. I never saw that. I didn't see that. But now, looking back on, I mean, people's like, man, what I was riding with a guy one time that I grew up with. We used to get high together and all this kind of stuff. And he said, man, Rob, what happened to you? And I pulled over the car. I said, come on, get out with me. And we went back to the back of the car and I opened up the trunk and it was full of books. And I pulled out a book and I put it in his hand. He said, well, thank you. I said, that book's not free, brother. He said, well, how much is it? I said, $15. He said, $15. And he looked at the book. He said, well, I don't think. I said, wait a minute, hold the phone. Don't confuse the demographics, my brother. You would be a fool not to pay a man $15 to work for you for 20 years. What took this man 20 years to learn, you can learn in 2 hours by reading this book. And that was a whole different dynamic right there, right? See, you ain't got enough time. Experience is only the slowest, most unforgiving teacher you want to get with.
That's true.
Read the book. Read the book. You ain't got to make the mistakes. You know the best way to go through a minefield? Follow somebody. Let them get blown up first. You hear me? You hear me? Yeah. And then, see, you can't instill a hunger into somebody. What you got to do is uncover it. All right? So look, my sponsor told me, he said, Rob, and this just resonated. It's resonated with me ever since he told me this. He said, you are so much more than what you have become. Right there. When he told me that, I was homeless, jobless, and strung out. Right? I had just got into the program, man. And he told me that. And all these years later, it still resonates like he told it to me yesterday.
I want to know who your sponsor is. He sounds like the Buddha.
He passed.
Sorry to hear
that.
But,
I mean, he was with me for a good 15 years, though.
Yeah.
But you see, it takes one person believing in you and one person giving you that confidence. It can change everything. That one statement that was made to Rob.
Yeah.
Changed the trajectory of his life.
You know what? Who are you listening to? Right? This is what we got to understand. Who are we listening to? And I put everything through this mantra right here. If it's good for me and don't hurt nobody else, it's good for them too. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. These guys, you got to get them to start looking within, because the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. And that is insight. We got to internalize these readings, man. Like how it works, man. I read this and people that's the first thing they pull up when I go to a meeting. How it works. Here you go, Rob. Here you go. And this right here, listen to this right here. There's one thing more than anything else that will defeat us in our recovery. This is an attitude of indifference or intolerance towards spiritual principles. Not religious principles, spiritual principles. Three of these that are indispensable are honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. With these, we are well on our way. And what I say to people, look, if you're not honest, open-minded, and willing, you are on the flip side of the coin. That means you dishonest, closed-minded, and unwilling. Either you are or you ain't. You know, you don't. There ain't no straddling the fence. You know, if you're not doing this, you're doing that. And this can of worms
Exactly.
opens from the inside. Like I say, give them to make that list. They will be surprised. They're gonna blow through 1 through 5. Then 6 and 7 gonna give them a little issue. 8, 9, and 10, they're gonna be sitting there stuck. What do I possibly want to do? This is an exercise right here that gets people to understand that there is so much more in them than what they have become. All right. That's an exercise. My sponsor told me to do that, man. And I had a tough time with the first 10. But like I said, now that thing has 154 items on it. And every year I cross things off and add more to it.
Yeah.
Are you a sponsor, Rob?
Excuse me?
Do you sponsor people?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I only sponsor those that are hungry.
Yeah, he's only going to take on someone.
I say, look, I'm not here to pat you on the back.
No.
I'm here to kick you in your ass. Okay?
Yo, we need this energy.
Yeah. And excuse my French, but that's what I tell them. Hey, look, I'm not
Cully,
here.
I gotta thank you.
You got me ready to
This is now turned into the Robb Hill show.
No.
And guess what? We are gonna study this podcast.
Yeah.
Right,
You're gonna
hey,
send me a recording of this.
Talk to him
And we're gonna
daily.
study this.
Hey, you know what? I've got so much information. All right. I got a lot of information over the years, man. I've picked up so much stuff, you know, that you never know I don't know why I need it, but I kept it. Right? I got a lot of information, man. Okay. See, it's not so much about, well, let me suffice to say this. Okay. Information over and over and over again becomes knowledge. Knowledge will give you confidence. That confidence will get you to doing an activity. That activity will turn into a habit. And it is your habits, my friend, that determine your long-term success.
So, Rob, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
And one of them is very intentional. A big part of committing is belief and faith. So the first question is, where did your faith play a role in recovery and where your faith is currently at? And then the second question is, are you familiar with an organization called Celebrate Recovery?
Well, I'm going to do the second question first. No, I'm not familiar with that organization. But now let's talk about this thing called faith and belief. All right. See, a lot of people use these 2 terms interchangeably. They are 2 very different things. See, it says in one of my favorite books called the Bible, it says, all things are possible to him who believes. The key word there is possible. See, because without faith, nothing's possible. Faith is a verb. Faith is something you do. That belief is that I can recover. And then that faith comes in to get you to go into meetings, to get you to reading the literature, to get you to work in the steps. See, faith is a verb. Faith is something you do. It's written in that book again. It says faith without works is dead. All right. Or you can have the belief. Or you can believe it. But until you attach that faith to it, it ain't going to happen. It's possible. But faith moves mountains, brother. You hear me? Faith moves mountains. Yeah. Faith is a verb. Faith is something you do. It ain't something you have. Give you an example. That chair you sitting in. You didn't look at that chair and say, I wonder if this will hold me. I wonder who made it. When did they make it? How long has it been here? No, you just pull it back and flop yourself down in it. All right? That's how you do. You got to use your faith in this program, and what you guys are doing for these people that they can't do for themselves, man. You got to let them know, hey, look, sit down right here and start internalizing what's being given to you, because it'll rearrange everything, man. Look, when you read, like you guys heard me earlier talking about the mental gymnastics, all right? this is true, man. The battle does not happen outside of you. Everybody's looking for all these things outside them. The battle happens in them 6 inches between your ears.
It does.
Between what you think you know and what you now learning. And when truth is introduced, there is a conflict, right? Because your mind wants to stay where you at. Your spirit says, no, we better than this. Your spirit just keep reaching higher and higher and higher and higher. Unless, of course, you let your mind quell that spirit.
So what's your current faith? Like, how would you describe your personal current faith that drives you on a daily basis?
I'm a follower of the master. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. All right? We're talking about the kingdom, brother. I'm a citizen of the kingdom.
I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't no other way for me. Okay? Because I've been down in the pit. I've been there.
So one of the biggest things with the like AA, and, narcotics, and not, and is they use higher power. Is higher power strong enough, or do you need?
Let me submit to you this. See, all the 12-step programs can be traced back to the scriptures. Okay. All right. The reason why they say higher power is because a lot of people got a bad taste in their mouth from religion.
Really?
Okay. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's why they say spiritual, not religious. Religious is man's thing. Spiritual is God's thing. Okay. That's why they approach it from that standpoint, as opposed to this church or that church or all these different churches and all this kind of stuff. No. You got to get in touch with your spiritual side, because spirit is the highest form there is. Like, those telephone poles that are outside on the street? You ever see those big cans on the side of them? What are those cans? Those cans are what are known as transformers, because the energy flowing through those wires is 480. But what comes out of your outlet in your house? 120. Right? There has to be a step down transformer there to convert that energy so that you can use it in your house. Same thing with the spirit. You need the transformer there. 12 steps. That's the transformer, to step it down to meet you where you're at.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That makes sense. This is a spiritual program, not a religious program.
Spiritual.
Yes, spiritual.
Marcus, I just wanted to ask you, I mean, do you think the men in the house would be receptive to doing these types of things, to writing this stuff down and engaging more? Because you have the most contact with them, and I know they're all in different stages of their recovery.
That's why I think that's a loaded question.
Definitely, I think most would definitely warm up to the idea. And
you spend the most time with them.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm engaged right now, brother.
No,
Hill
I know
has
you
me
are
engaged right now. So
That's why I wanted you on.
If he can captivate me, I'm sure he can captivate the men.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm serious, because like I said, I really want to. I'm gonna share this podcast interview in our group chat.
Right.
I'm gonna actually I want to see if I can upload it to the TV.
No, you can. It'll be on. It's on YouTube. You can put.
Like
it
I said,
TV.
seriously, these are words of wisdom worth studying.
Well, see, I would submit to you guys. Hey, look, it's not me, brother.
I know that. We share that in common.
I have been walking this walk for a little while now, and the words that flow out of my mouth come straight from the Spirit, brother.
You are indeed a vessel, beloved brother.
And so are you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we all are.
Amen. Amen.
What we gotta do is we gotta learn to see death and life are in the power of the tongue. All right.
Hey, Jah, when do you guys typically have your house meeting?
You're asking the wrong person.
Oh, I'll ask Marcus. When do you guys typically have your house meeting?
So I cut the meeting just because the fluctuation of, the men have different schedules.
Yeah, right.
And I want to find a day where most can be present.
Okay.
We did this before and it worked.
It used to be
but
Sunday.
Here lately, I have some men that work first shift, some work third shift, some are obligated to other commitments that I don't see a problem
Sure.
with. So we're trying to come up with a day, but what I'm doing now, I'm doing individual one-on-one sessions with the men
That's
throughout
great.
the week.
Can I just make a suggestion here, brother?
Sure.
For everybody here on this thing. You know what? Eradicate try out of your vocabulary. There is no try in the kingdom, brother. There's only do or do not. Okay, we are gonna find a day that everybody can be here to get this information that's coming from the Spirit. All right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. All right.
Absolutely.
And see, when you know that pain is a great motivator. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people once that pain gets relieved, man, they just sit there like a bump on a log. I tell people all the time, I said, look, man, you ain't got to do nothing to be stupid. all you got to do is sit there, stupid, or jump all over you. You hear me? Just sit there. You're going to be stupid as all get out. But in order to get wise, you're going to have to pursue it. Okay? And it says, the only requirement for membership is a desire.
Stop.
And what is desire? Desire is potential seeking expression.
Hey,
you were given an assignment. Now you got to find out what it is. And then you got to get so good at it that can't nobody do it but you. All right.
So, yeah,
Rob,
Marcus.
when I need something done, Rob, I'm gonna call you up and I'm gonna put you on the phone with whoever I'm talking to. Like, hey,
No,
not right here. Not you.
no, we got to. We'll set a time when you guys, if you schedule a house meeting and you want him on, because I think that he's
right.
great.
Everybody, you got all my information, my number, and all that kind of good stuff, man. Hey, look, you can call me 24/7.
And you can. You really can.
Call me 24/7. Okay.
Yeah. And
don't give John your number. He's gonna be calling you at 2 a.m, 3 a.m.
That doesn't matter. That does not matter.
He's been doing great things. He's been it's been 3 weeks. He's been doing great things.
I mean, I realize everybody's time frame ain't the same. See,
but Razul, I told him that he was built for a podcast. Is he not built for a podcast?
We need to get him a series.
Yeah.
No, he's got. We just started one on Fridays. We're doing one Fridays. We just started.
I'll be a guest.
I mean, he's built for it. He's built for it. So,
but I know
you guys.
Yes, indeed.
I know you guys got to get going. I will definitely, if you want to have him on again, we'll do that, and we'll plan your house meeting for sure, so we can talk to your guys. Marcus, I just wanted you to meet him because I figured you would absolutely connect with him.
Brother Rob.
You're so positive.
Much love to you, brothers. Much love to you.
I do want to make one comment. I got 2 kids. So my daughter's 7 and my son is 12. And anytime they don't listen, I will say I'm gonna call their doctor, their pediatrician.
You want to call
or I'm gonna call Santa or the Easter Bunny. I think with the men in the house, I'm gonna say, if you're not gonna listen, I'm just gonna call Rob. We're gonna text Rob.
Well, see, this is the thing. The thing about it is that listening requires no response. What you want them to do is hear. All right. I remember your mom said, "Did you hear what I said?"
Yeah.
That means do something.
Exactly.
She didn't say, "Did you listen?" She said, "Did you hear me?"
Yeah.
All right. See, hearing requires a response. Listening does not.
Yeah. Absolutely.
See, you need to explain to these guys, you need to hear what's being given to you. Because hearing is going to require you to do something. Listening does not. And when they read the literature and all this kind of stuff, tell them to read it out loud. Read it out loud.
That's that's made a difference.
You say it and you hear it. That bolsters that memory. All right. And when things pop up, man, you go, oh yeah, I remember. This is why they said that. This is why this works this way. And all this kind of stuff. See, you gotta hear the information. Listening don't cut it.
And I've been working with Rob for 2 weeks now, and he's 100% right. Once I started reading out loud, praying out loud, it's made a tremendous difference. So,
So no more negative talk, Cully?
No negative self-feeding talk.
Hey,
did I say one thing negative? I didn't say anything negative today. I didn't
That's
say
right. That's
anything
right. Hey,
negative.
look. Engage the brain before you put the mouth in gear.
Amen.
All right. Engage the brain before you put the mouth in gear, because what you say is what you hear. What you continually hear, you will believe. All right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
See, it says, death and life are in the power of the tongue.
Mhm.
You hear me? That is so powerful. The simplicity of it eludes a lot of people. No, I get into a meeting and I tell people, I said, look, if you ain't getting this, you need to stand up, because this is going over your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to stand up. Yeah, so it'll hit you right smack between the eyes. All right.
So Razul, what I'll do, I'll get you his information. When I talk to Ashley, whenever you guys do a fundraiser, I want to try to get him out to speak. I think there's a
There
way.
is no try, my brother.
That's
We
right.
will.
We're going to get him out to speak. We're going to get him out to
We
speak.
will.
I got a plan to get him out to speak.
I
think
hear
that's
a commitment, Rob. I hear a commitment.
And it sounds
to come
like
out and speak.
Cully's gonna pay for it.
Yeah, no, I got a way to pay for it. I got a way to pay.
No
for it.
problem, brother. Whenever we just gotta let it be known, and we call forth those things that be not as though they were.
Yes, sir.
There is no try.
Right.
Cut
There
that
is
out.
no
You know what? Before you say anything, think first. This is a thinking man's game. Think first, because what you want to do is you want to pour out life, not death. Try is the weasel clause.
Exactly.
You say, well, why didn't you get that? Oh, I tried. No, that don't work. You either did or you didn't.
I love it.
All
Well,
right.
I got a plan to get him out so he can speak at an event.
So
And
Cully will pay for it.
I know he'll be great.
Connecticut. Amen.
Yes,
Amen.
yes, I have a way to pay for it, and I want to get him out because I think it'll make a big difference for the house. And we'll have him on again. I'll give you his information as well. You can contact him anytime you want.
Anytime, 24/7. Anytime, 24/7. I'm gonna submit this to you right here, right? When you get an idea, all right. See, the longer we take to act on what God's directions are, the more unclear his directives become.
I hear that.
So see, you got to do it now. Faith is now.
Yeah, you can't
Not
wait.
tomorrow, not next week. Faith is now.
So what time are you recording tomorrow?
And oh yeah, I got to talk to him about
What
that.
time?
I think we're in the morning. I got to double check. But yeah, tomorrow's Friday. So yeah.
So
I think we're right at noon, but 11 his time. He's in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But Razul, I'm coming out on the 1st for that game. So I just want to make sure you're going.
Damn
Well,
it.
I'll be around. He'll be
I
at drill.
got drill that weekend. So I won't be
Oh,
there.
that's right. You said that already.
Yeah.
But
Brother Rob, it was great to meet you.
Yes.
Gentlemen, I have to depart. I just had a guest arrive at the house.
yeah, we're good. We're good. I appreciate you guys doing this. Great show. And for Razul, Marcus, Rob, Jah, remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.